All right, let's go back to CPAC now. A lot going on down there. We're joined by Oklahoma Senator James Lankford. Senator, good to see you. Thanks for being on with us.
You bet. Good to see you as well.
Well, Senator, I do want to talk to you about right now a lot of conversations about oil. We've seen gas prices skyrocket here in the U.S. Americans are paying the highest prices they paid in over 7 years. And this president has really put a lot of restraints on American energy and taken away American energy independence. People have said, I hear a lot of people talking, open up that Keystone pipeline. Is that the solve?
Yeah, so what's interesting is Biden came in the first months of his presidency and was so pleased to be able to do favors for the environmental left that he just announced over and over again, I'm cutting off drilling on federal lands, I'm cutting off Keystone Pipeline. He then nominates someone to the Federal Reserve Board that says they're going to make it hard to be able to get capital if you're in anything oil and gas. He just did one thing after another. Even last week, they actually put in place a new issue with FERC. It's a group that does regulations for natural gas pipelines to make it harder to export natural gas, harder to do pipelines for natural gas. So he's so busy pleasing the environmental left, and then suddenly all those chickens are coming home to roost at this point when you realize here's the real results of that policy. The results of that policy is all those things empower Putin's Russia so Putin can get more money then from his oil and gas sales, use that money to murder his neighbors then. So the environmental left and their policies and Biden going along with all that is directly connected to Putin being empowered to be able to attack Ukraine. What we need to do is increase production here, increase those sales, allow Europe to be able to have a different supplier other than Russia. But right now, Biden is adamantly opposed to doing more exports because he's more worried about pleasing the environmentalists than he is about saving lives in Ukraine.
Yeah, it's pretty unbelievable. So our biggest oil suppliers here domestically, Canada, Mexico, then Russia, then Saudi Arabia after that. The average price for a gallon of gas in America today, almost $1.50 more than it was on Joe Biden's first day in office, $3.59 a gallon. Oil hit $105 a barrel on Friday. In Los Angeles, the average price for a gallon of gas is $5.36. Were you surprised that the second round of sanctions that the administration levied on Vladimir Putin and Russia didn't go further to address energy?
Yeah, it didn't go far enough. Obviously, we've been pushing for a long time to do sanctions on Nord Stream 2. We've talked about it for months and months and months. Do sanctions on Nord Stream 2, to do additional sanctions on oil and gas sales. Right now, Russia, everybody loses track of how small the economy is in Russia, how vulnerable they are to these sanctions. The economy of Russia is smaller than the economy of Texas.
Right.
So when you talk about trying to be able to put pressure on them, that is a real leverage point for them. Russia sells wheat, oil, gas, and vodka. That's about it. And so if you can cut off their oil and gas sales, it is a huge hit to their economy and a big push for the oligarchs and for Putin that actually run that country. So let's actually push them back in a place that it actually hurts. To do that, Europe and other places have got to have another supplier. That should be us. Quite frankly, it should be OPEC as well to be able to meet the needs there, to be able to cut Russia off.
Oklahoma Senator James Lankford, appreciate your time this evening. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks, Senator.
You bet. Good to see you again.